Hello, and welcome to the library. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the Big Six research process. Ask great questions, find excellent answers, and put it all together. What is the Big Six? Big Six is a six-stage model to help anyone solve problems or make decisions by using information. Well, what does that mean for me? This is a way for me to ask better questions, find excellent answers, and put it all together. Our lesson objective: the student will be able to identify and use the components of the Big Six process. Your I can statement: I can understand the components of the Big Six process to guide my use of information. You're going to have a pre-assessment quiz, which you'll find in the Blend Space link. You'll have 3 Big Six videos to give you a true in-depth overview of what each step is and what you'll be doing as you search for information. I'm going to be making a conclusion video, and then you're going to have a handout to use to remind you of the steps and give you further resources. The first step in the Big Six is task definition. Think, what do I want to know? Here's where you're going to identify the information you need, choose a topic to search, and figure out what you will need to know. This correlates with Texas State ELA Standard 6.22. I can ask open-ended research questions and develop a plan for answering them. Step 2 is all about information-seeking strategies. What sources should I use? Here's where you're going to determine all the possible sources you can use. Do you use print? Do you use digital? Do you interview someone? Do you use a database? You're going to select the best sources to answer your original questions. This correlates with Common Core standards for ELA for literacy. I can draw from multiple sources to answer a question. Step 3 is all about location, 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 and access to the information in that location. Here is where you're locating the correct source, and then once you have your source, you're accessing and finding information in it. Where do I find my resources? This correlates to ISTE Standard 3, Research and Information Literacy. Making a plan, guide your questions, and finding and evaluating answers. Step 3 is where you think about what part of a website should you go to? What part of a book is the best to find the answer you need? Step 4 is how are you going to use the information? How are you going to read, view, listen, take out needed information? What are you going to use, and how are you going to take notes? AASL Standard Learner Framework. This correlates to building new knowledge by inquiring, thinking critically, identifying problems, and developing strategies for solving problems. Step 5 is synthesis. This is all about putting it together. Here is where you decide what kind of product you're going to create from the information you found in order to answer that original question. How are you going to use the information, and what product will you make? Evaluation is step 6. Were your questions answered? What would you do differently in this process? Here is where you judge your results and judge the process. And very importantly, you cite your sources. This is the part in your process where you would create a bibliography, and we'll definitely be teaching you that skill. Well, I hope this has given you a good introduction and overview for our Big Six research lesson, and I look forward to continuing to work with you.